And now we turn it over to Colin Boyles for a look at this week's sports.
So this late spring has really had a major effect on the outdoor sports teams.
Yeah, it's making them really have to shuffle things around, so it's kind of frustrating for them. Thanks. With so much snow falling in the area this spring, Moorhead and Concordia teams are doing the best they can with what they have. Reporter Kenny Buck shows us how they're handling the cold.
Snow, an element that comes into play often in sports. But it's almost May, and local teams are trying to practice on anything that isn't covered in a blanket of snow.
All this spring snow is forcing some teams to move their practices indoors and even to other area school facilities.
Due to the extreme conditions at their own field, the Concordia baseball team has been forced to practice inside.
We have portable mounds that you can use. Obviously it's better to pitch off the dirt mounds outside, but it's better than nothing.
The heavy snow has even pushed Minnesota football into North Dakota. NDSU has been kind enough to let MSUM football schedule practices on their Dakota field.
We've practiced in snow, we've practiced in wind, we've practiced at 5:45 in the morning, and so they've handled the changes of schedule great.
MSUM football players Miles Montplaisir and Wade Youngbloom say the unfortunate weather is nothing they can't handle.
The weather has been not permitting for us to practice at our own field, but it provides an opportunity for our team to kind of figure out, can we handle this adversity?
Everyone who comes and plays here knows you're going to have to handle these conditions. You just really never know.
Never knowing what the weather is going to bring is a challenge, but for these athletes, it's just another part of the game. With photographer Kyle Wahlberg, Kenny Buck, Campus News.
Concordia's baseball team has had to relocate all of its home games this season. The MSUM spring football game was also moved to NDSU's Dakota Field. If you walk in on a game of cricket, you might be a little confused. A game not known to many in the U.S., cricket is a sport that combines a little bit of baseball and track. Intramurals at MSUM gathers on Fridays in Nimzig Hall to let those who know and don't know play the game.
I kind of grew up with cricket. I'm from Sri Lanka, and it's kind of like a national sport for us. So since we could walk and talk, pretty much we've been playing it. So
each team gets the chance to bat and field, with the bowler trying to get 3 outs, like in baseball. Traditional cricket matches can last an afternoon up to several days. MSUM athletes gathered Monday to kick off a week-long event for the Dragon Firewalk. The MSUM bookstore sponsors the Walk the Dragon campaign to raise money for athletic scholarships and to promote health. It is a 5-day event in which participants walk a 6-site course throughout campus, getting a stamp at each of the 6 sites.
Once we're done with our walk, we fill out a sheet and we turn it into the bookstore.
And they donate $3 for every lap you do?
Yep, every lap we do, or every workout.
Okay.
So, and it goes out throughout the week, and at the end we have a ceremony.
Walk the Dragon has raised nearly $16,000 for athletics in its 8 years. MSUM has seen a recent jump in overall grade point averages for student athletes. This may have them being recognized as more of a student rather than an athlete. One Dragons athlete is making sure that is the case for her. As the morning frost is still fresh on cars, junior and Dragon student athlete Caitlin McNary starts another typical day. A day that she and all Dragon student athletes will find with the task of balancing sports, studies, and a personal life. McNary is on the Dragons tennis team, but her Northern Sun all-academic team honor tells more of why she is attending MSUM.
I'm here for school. I am here to play tennis for fun, but that it is just for fun. My main focus here is school.
The tennis squad received a 3.75 grade point average in the fall, the highest among all the athletic teams. The high number shows an upward trend for many of MSUM's student athletes.
This was probably the first time in the 3 years that I've been in this position where our student body GPA is at a 3.0.
We have the true student athletes that are not just here for their athletic sport, that they're here to be a student athlete and to attend class and to graduate.
Big help to just learn right off the bat.
With such a demanding schedule shaped around class time, sports can sometimes get in the way.
The only way it would have negatively affected me would have been that I just didn't do as much homework during the week because I was so tired.
Despite the struggle at times, student athletes that find balance like McNary has have a great opportunity after graduation.
You know, being a student athlete isn't easy, and doing the balance and the missed class time, the travel, the life on the road, and being able to pull it all off, that's why student athletes are highly sought after.
So while a juggling act might stress some student athletes, they can relax knowing their dedication will benefit them in the long run. McNary will not be with the tennis team this fall because she'll be taking a trip to study in Argentina. McNary had her first learning experience with MSUM's new tennis coach this year, a coach that is originally from across the pond. Reporter Cammie Raisler shares how his love of the game was not the only love luring him to Moorhead.
He goes out. Ashley, you taking place?
Playing tennis all his life, all over Europe. The head tennis pro from Courts Plus Fitness in Fargo is now the head tennis coach at MSUM.
I'm really enjoying it. I mean, I'm glad that I have the opportunities to do it.
By the sound of his voice, Oliver Summers is clearly not from around here.
Something besides tennis stole Coach Summers' heart that made him travel all the way from England to Fargo, North Dakota.
That something, a former MSUM student who was on exchange with MSUM. The two met at the University of Portsmouth in England.
I'd seen her in the hallways, and I'd kind of plucked up the courage to talk to her. And actually, we were watching a rugby game on a Saturday afternoon, and finally, after spending the whole day with her and some friends, then I had the courage to ask her out.
Oliver's now wife, Angie, was going to attend law school, so the two decided to make the move to the States.
Really excited to see Oliver heading the tennis program because I think it's going to be, even bigger and better and greater than, it's been.
The two now have a young daughter, and with a little free time for tennis, have made their home here in the Red River Valley.
I did miss it at first, but now it feels like home, and I really like it here.
Cammie Raisler, Campus News.
The two took a trip around Europe before meeting Oliver's parents just 1 month after they first met. What a cute story, huh?
That really is. They should make a movie about them.
They should. Thanks, Colin.